Whittier, what's going on? Welcome back to My Whittier TV. Happy Saturday to you. It is a cold and wet Saturday afternoon here in Whittier, California. And you're probably at home, cuddled up in front of your television sets with a nice hot cup of tea, relaxing. And I'm out here braving the weather for you, the Whittier community, because I'm going over to the Whittier Art Gallery to meet some amazing artists and look at some amazing art. And there's a new art exhibit going on today. Today's the kickoff reception, and I'm going to go check it out. And we will see what's going on. I'm excited. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, I am here with Patricia. Patricia, what's your last name?
Monteiro.
Monteiro, okay. And you said that you were from Long Beach, California, correct?
Yes, I am, Long Beach.
All right, so I was looking at your amazing artwork, and I've never seen anything like it. What is this art form, and how did you get involved in it?
Well, paper quilling actually is an ancient art form. It dates centuries back. And I actually got into it as a form of therapy. I was pregnant with triplets, and I actually lost one in utero. And to cope with that loss, I turned to art. I originally was a jewelry designer and a jewelry stylist. And this was just a natural gravitation for me, especially with the mixed medium items that I use in my artwork, the stones, the crystals. I use a lot of Swarovski crystals in my work. And that's really how I turned to it. I started making paper jewelry, and paper jewelry morphed into paper portraiture.
Amazing. And so they're so large. And how long does one piece take you?
One piece I could work on for about, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks, 4 or 5 hours a day. So, just depending on the size, a 24 by 36 piece like we have today, that one probably could take about 80 hours or so.
Wow. And you just go, is that what you do? You just punch the clock, or inspiration hits you and you just...
It's all just vibe. I really don't time myself. I don't clock myself too much. But I do try to devote at least a good 4 or 5 hours when I'm working on a project.
So when you're into this right here, like this piece right here, this big massive piece, is there music going on? Are you just in the zone? Are you meditating, or what's going on in your head?
Well, that's a great question because my home is filled with music. It's filled with art and creative energy. I'm married to a musician. So yes, live music, our favorite jazz, anything is playing in the background. But more than that, it's the laughter of my kids and the hustle and bustle of the everyday life that really is kind of like puts me in a trance when I'm quilling, and that I love that.
That's nice. That's beautiful. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. These are amazing. They're going to be here for quite a while, so people can come down and take a look at what we're talking about. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. I'm here with Laurie Midby-Lee. So, new member here at the Art Gallery, and you're a collage. You do collage.
Yes, I do collage, paper collage mostly. Sometimes I add sequins or jewelry.
And it looks almost digital. How long have you been at it? How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing collage all my life. I used to decorate my bedroom walls and everything with collage. And what I do now, though, is the reason it looks digital is because I photo the originals, and then it evens it out, and it looks smoother. Mm-hmm. So then having ruffled edges and so forth.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks like it was made that way. It doesn't look like a collage at all. So you're a new member here. Are you actually from Whittier?
Oh yeah, I grew up on Carnell Street, born at Murphy Hospital. Now it's part of Whittier College. Went to the Quaker Church, First Friends Church. Went to Sierra High School, Rio Hondo, and then finished out at Whittier College.
Wow, Whittier through and through. So, what made you want to finally, show your artwork?
Well, my friend, who I've known for 65 years, said she was going to enter this art fair, and she said, hey, why don't you do it too? It'd be like coming home. And so while I live in Seal Beach, I've been coming up here, and it's just so wonderful to be on Painter Avenue again.
Good community of people, too.
Oh, gosh, I love Whittier. Love Whittier. And I love Uptown Whittier. Just, yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. Your artwork is beautiful, and thanks for telling us all about your art.
Yes, thank you.
I'll get there.
All right, guys, I'm here with Jessica and Monroy. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. I just wanted to talk to you about your photography and a little bit about your art. So how long have you been a photographer?
I've been a photographer since 2006.
Self-taught?
No, I actually started it because at Cal High they had a senior project, and I wanted to do photography because I thought it would be easy, and it wasn't. But instead I did a project, then I joined the community darkroom, and that's where I fell in love.
So you're a condor.
I am a condor.
Awesome. That's great. My niece is a condor. Now, so your photography, what do you like to shoot? Or do you do it all?
So my focus is portraiture. I do for hire. I do a lot of weddings and branding work for small businesses. But on my own, I do creative portraiture where I gather friends, family, or subjects who are interested in my work, and we try to create a story around the work we want to portray. So for this piece, for example, we were really excited about how queer life is being represented really throughout the nation, and we kind of were thinking about like what would happen if queers weren't murdered in 1930s, 1940s in Berlin, that's where most of our queer culture came from. And that really got me excited, and we looked at magazines and books and read a couple articles, and he came up with this beautiful outfit, and I think he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, and so did you. You have a great eye for photography. Really appreciate you taking the time and telling us a little bit about your art.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, folks, I'm here with Laura. Laura, what's your full name?
Laura Martinez Salas.
All right, so I am here with the talented Laura Martinez Salas. And what kind of art do you do?
I do mostly graphite pencil, color pencil, and some ink work.
Now, I'm looking at some of your work here. It's very intricate, very beautiful. And how long have you been at it?
I've been drawing since I was about 12. Took some really great classes at Rio Hondo with some great instructors. And now that I'm retired from the post office, I just draw and take my time and enjoy it.
That's awesome. So is this the first time you're actually showing your stuff here at the art gallery?
I showed at the last show, and I sold an original. And so this is actually my second showing.
Getting more comfortable with it.
I am.
So where do you find inspiration for your drawings?
Most of them just kind of pop in my head. Delivering mail, I would get these ideas, seeing flowers, or the way somebody had a landscaping, and then I would write down the idea, and then start putting things together and start drawing.
So when you come up with an idea, how long does it take to finish a piece? Does it depend, like if you have a lot of inspiration, or?
Most of my drawings take between 30 and 80 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're very intricate, a lot of work. So when you're doing your work, is it in a quiet environment? Kind of what's your setting when you're doing your work?
I have a little studio in the house, and I put on my headphones and I listen to either Dave Matthews or Hosier or Bruce Springsteen, David Bowie.
So is it kind of a therapeutic type of thing for you as well?
Very therapeutic, yeah. Especially with the stresses of the post office, it was always nice to come home and just relax with music and draw.
Well, your stuff's amazing. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me here, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right, folks, I'm here with Jack Cactus. Jack Cactus.
Hi.
And Jack, how'd you get that nickname?
Well, raised in Tucson, Arizona, I love the cactus plants, and my cousins always thought they were funny. I got Cactus Jack Caselles. Yeah.
I like it. It has a ring to it. Now I'm here looking at your beautiful ceramics. How long have you been at it, man?
Actually, about 20 years. I retired from teaching and thought I needed something to do. Actually, my wife thought I needed something to do. And so got into it little by little. Now I think if you cut my veins, you get red slip comes out, not blood.
Wow, so you just grew to love it.
I do. It's a passion for me.
Now, were you self-taught, or did you take classes?
Well, I self-taught in as much as I started that way, and then took lots of classes with some very, very important people. Taught me a lot, so.
Been at it ever since. Oh yeah, you're probably going to be learning for the rest of your life. It's a really amazing art. And so, do you live in Whittier now?
No, I live in Claremont. I was raised in Los Angeles, where both of us are California natives, but I live in Claremont now.
How did you find the Whittier Art Gallery?
Used to do work here in Baldwin Park with a group of people, and they had an affiliation here. And so our work would get shown here from time to time. And then I wanted to have a place where I'd feel comfortable. Whittier is the most comfortable place I've ever been. And I've been in a lot of galleries. This one is really the best.
Yay, friendly town. So, well, welcome. I'm so happy that you finally got out here and showed your art to us here in Whittier, California. We appreciate it, and it was great to talk to you. Thanks for shedding some light.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm here with photographer Kevin Leduff. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for taking the time. Just for a minute here, I see that you've been a long-time Whittier resident and teacher.
I taught at Grays Middle School, South Whittier School District, for over 30 years.
Did some coaching?
Yeah, coached football, mainly basketball, so pretty much all the sports, track and field.
So somehow you found time to learn how to be a photographer. I see that you had some extensive schooling in photography.
Yeah, I've shot for many years in high school as a yearbook photographer, and it started with my grandfather. My grandfather used to take photos all the time. So growing up, we were always around photography.
So you're carrying on the family torch.
I guess you can say that, yeah.
So what do you like to shoot? What's your inspiration?
With the coaching and teaching physical education, sports. I love doing sports. So my main love is sports photography, although I enjoy photographing a lot of different subjects.
So how did you finally end up here? It's your first time exhibiting here at the Whittier Gallery.
I saw a little post and spoke to somebody here at the gallery, and they wanted me to bring some of my work in. They reviewed it, and then it was accepted for one of the shows. So when I brought it in, they asked me if I wanted to join. I joined, and then from there, I still pop in and do some of the shows.
It really seems like a great community of people here, and they just embrace each other, it seems like.
Yeah, it's very nice, very welcoming, and it's a nice little community of artists and excellent artists.
Absolutely, yeah, a lot of talent here.
Yeah, very impressive.
Well, thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate it. Likewise.
Okay, guys, I'm here with the talented Mr. Shane Broomfield. How are you?
Doing great. Splendid.
So good to see you again.
Same here.
And Shane, how long have you been doing your art, and what is it? What medium are we looking at here?
This is Encaustics. It's a form of melted beeswax. I use the cold method where I dissolve my beeswax and my pigments in turpentine, mineral spirits, and add a little Demar varnish. But it's a long process.
So I don't think I've ever heard of this kind of medium before. Are you some kind of scientist or something?
No, I learned about that when I was in grad school. I graduated from University of Illinois in grad school for painting and design, and I experimented and learned about that then. So I've been doing that for probably 23 years, 24 years.
It really has a distinctive look to it. It's not like traditional paint. It's really amazing. So, what's your inspiration, man? When you start a piece, where do you get that inspiration from?
You know, I look at the canvas and imagine what images I see there, and it's kind of serendipitous. But I have inspiration from guys like Yves Tanguy, Salvador Dali, Gregory Matta. I have a lot of artists that I've seen over the years, and I just adhere to their style, and it's mostly my style, but I'm inspired by what they've done. It's a journey.
Very unique and very beautiful, man. This is really some good stuff here, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me a little bit about what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Vivian Ybarra, the talented Vivian Ybarra. How are you?
Very good, very good.
Now, I see that you have some local roots. You did some school at Rio Hondo College.
Yes, I did. I started off at Rio. Actually, I started off at Pasadena City College, and then I moved over to Rio Hondo because I'm closer to the Whittier area.
Are you? Oh, so you're a resident of Whittier? Or?
Actually, I live in El Monte, but I have a lot of family in Whittier, so I'm always in Whittier.
How'd you connect? Oh, with the family, or how'd you connect with the gallery? Actually.
You know what? Just passing by one day many years ago, I saw something was going on here, and I stopped in. And last year, I decided to become a member, and I'm really happy with it. It's a great supportive group that run the gallery.
You're very talented. And how did you get into painting?
You know, as a child, I was just creative. I went to Cal State Long Beach. I graduated in like 98. But I took about a 20-year little pause, and then 2020 happened, and I found myself with a lot of free time. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get back to the thing that I love doing, and started painting again.
So when you paint something, what's your inspiration? How do you go in that direction?
Lots of times I like to follow a lot of other artists on YouTube, and so sometimes I see something that they've done and I get a little inspiration. I thought, well, I'm going to do a little twist on it and do my own version of whatever it is I see.
Do painters is there such a thing as painter's block?
Yes, there is, and there's a lot of artists that I follow and they say the same thing. Sometimes you're in the mode and you're focused and you can get it done, and other times you just need a little bit of gap to kind of come back to it. So yeah.
Good to know. Well, thank you for taking the time. I know that you're busy. It's such a great turnout, and I appreciate you got some great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, I got another artist here. Hero, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So I was checking out your 3D art. How long have you been at the 3D artwork here?
I've been off and on for about 10 or 15 years. Admittedly, more off than on until the last few years. And for 3D art, it works a lot like traditional arts, where you work with basic primitive objects and you kind of build it out and block it out, and then you add more detail at each level as you go.
So are you a Whittier resident?
No, but close by, at Santa Fe Springs.
How'd you find us here in Whittier?
The Santa Fe Springs Art Fest. There was a booth there, and I happened to walk by.
And how do you like the community here?
It's been great. Everyone's been at the gallery's been really welcoming. This is my third show here, and it's been really fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time, and you got some great stuff, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm here with artist Jean Francois.
Yes, Jean-François, JF for short.
And you're from Paris, correct?
From Paris, that's right, yeah.
How long have you been an artist? How long have you been doing your digital art?
I was a very traditional artist. Started with oil paintings, and then working with, and then little by little I used airbrush and acrylics and any media that would be. And finally came the digital media. And actually, one person, Whittier Art, a photographer named Laurie Shear. Do you know Laurie? Yes, he's the one who introduced me to it in 1989. Cover a Time magazine. Yeah.
Time?
Yeah, right. I did two of them. Actually, both of them are at the National Portrait Gallery. Yes. Actually, one was about artificial intelligence, and that was done in 1988, which is interesting, On here
you could do that now.
Yeah.
Here we are with AI.
Here we are.
So you're a definite expert in the field. And so how did you end up here in the Whittier Art Gallery showing for the first time?
We have Lark Iki, she's a long friend of mine. She called me and told me about the gallery.
And I thank you for taking the time to talk to me for a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm here with featured artist Kelly Bracamontes. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to see you. I am looking at all of this amazing work here, and I read that your mom was a big inspiration for you.
Yes, she was an artist as well, and also was very involved in this gallery also. She was the president for quite a few years and served on the board as well, so I kind of didn't follow in her footsteps because she was amazing and did all different types of artwork, but admired what she did.
So you have a whole array of different artwork here. You got paintings, you have collage, and is there a favorite, or do you love to do it all?
I like to do acrylic work on canvas and wood panels, and I enjoy the collage aspect because it's easily changeable. So I sit down and paint about 30 pieces of paper one day, and then the next day I'll decide what I'm going to do, and then I use those pieces of paper just like a color and pick those out and start tearing away, and mostly tearing. I cut a little bit with scissors, but it's mostly all torn work. So.
A lot of the artists that I talk to find their art as therapeutic. Is that the case with you, or?
Yeah, I would say so. I just feel like it's something that I can do rather effortlessly, and it has been therapeutic for me in the last few months especially. And it's just a wonderful way to express my vision of something, and I'm happy that others enjoy it too.
And where do you find inspiration when you start?
Well, I take a lot of photos, and I have a few things I'm working on right now that were inspired. We were sitting in a restaurant, and I looked out the window. It was something across the street. I mean, it's something as simple as that, but I'm inspired by other people's work as well.
So when you come across an idea, let's say you're eating, and then you say, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Do you have a notebook or write it down, or does it just?
No, I'll remember it. I'll make notes later, but it's not, you don't usually you're not copying something, but you're like, I like the way they put those two colors together. Yeah, it's just, we're all taking from each other in different ways.
Do you do commissions as well?
Yes, I sure do. Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comes to you with an idea, you can go for that?
Yeah, I mean, if it's within my realm and we talk it out, and what I like to do is show a lot of examples of my work, and then we kind of go from there.
Yeah, usually when somebody picks an artist, they kind of have an idea of what they do, so that's how they pick it.
Absolutely. It's usually something, I want something like that, Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm inspired. It's really, really good stuff, and I really appreciate you taking the time. Well, great to have you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're getting ready to wrap up this amazing day here at the Whittier Art Gallery. Who am I here with?
Annie Surbeck.
Annie, what do you do for the gallery here?
I am currently the Vice President of Membership.
Vice President of Membership. So you're the reason why all these amazing artists are here today?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's such a great turnout, and it's raining outside. It's a cold day, but somehow everybody ended up here.
Yes, the energy and the warmth of this building is contagious. And I say I am the Vice President of Membership, but it's the gallery and the spirit of all the artists that have shown here and who are currently here that are the lifeblood and keep drawing more and attracting more artists to our facility.
So what's the magic about the Whittier Art Gallery? Everybody I talk to has so many great things to say about it. They say that the community is so welcoming, everybody's so supportive. What's the secret?
The secret is, I think, because of how the gallery was started. It was a community effort. The town came together. They wanted a gallery. This year we'll be celebrating our 85th year, and this place has always been a gallery.
Well, I wanted to take the time to talk to you because I got off of my couch today, and I was thinking, it's nice and warm in my house, and I'm nice and comfortable. But there's a lot of artwork out there, a lot of hardworking artists and everybody out there that I need to go see, and I'm glad that I did.
Well, they appreciated you being here, and you're just as famous as the artists in here. Bobby's here.
I really appreciate that. Thank you for taking. Unfortunately, there were a few artists I wasn't able to talk to, but I wanted to share their work with you, and here it is. I hope you enjoyed our visit to the Whittier Art Gallery. Please like and subscribe, and if you have time, watch another video. Thank you.